Hello, this is Garrett Halberts coming to you from Redlands, California, Southern California, and I'm going to be briefly talking about one of the instruments that you would normally see in um, in your normal worship team every week at church, and that would be the bass guitar. This is a Fender Precision bass. Fender has different models and everything, but this is like considered the one of the first bass, electronic bass, at least for sure, because you had your stand up bass, and then these guys that came out in the 50s, and it has four strings, and I know you could get different options for strings of what's it called? You have like your four-string bass, and then you have your five-string basses, and then you have your six-string basses. And basically the standard tuning for a four-string bass is you have your E, your low E. Here, I'll just play this. You have your E, you have your A, D, and then G. And that's kind of like my main instrument is guitar, so it's kind of like just you know it's like your first four strings pretty much on a guitar from the low point, at least from the low E to the G. I know with the five string bass, it adds another low string. It's a B string, or the tuning. It's tuned to B, and you normally would hear five string basses at or in gospel music, jazz music even. Just adds another low bottom to it. Sounds really cool. You can feel it in your chest. And then you have for the sixth string, you add another high. I think it's a C, I want to say, or a C sharp. And that normally you would just hear that in jazz and stuff like that. Really cool sound and everything. You mainly hear four string bass anywhere, rock music, funk, just all around. It's just one of those instruments that you could just do a lot with it. Um, One of the things that I like whenever I would play the bass, which is not often at all. I'm self taught, and I would play with my fingers, so just like kind of very old school, classic, classic sound. And from what I've just been learning recently is learning how to play with a pick. And there's a pick here. Um, it's a little more brighter sounding, uh, and it's just you could cut through the mix a little bit more. I feel like so like here's like just me playing my fingers. So it's like okay, cool. It's a classic bass sound, but then when you play with a pick and everything, you hear. So it's distorted a little bit, adds a little crunch to it, and you could cut through the mix. And I know that you could cut through the mix more if you have more mid range. You use like a preamp style pedal, and all those little fun gizmos and gadgets that we all love to spend money on. And there, our wives always ask us why you need our pedal or guitar, bass, wherever. So yeah, so this is the bass. It's you don't realize that it's there in the mix of a band until it's gone, and the bass, as I always call it, is kind of like the anchor. It like sits in between a guitar player and the drummer. Uh, bass and drummers are best friends. They have to be best friends because bass will help kind of keep that groove going and everything, and then but while also staying in playing in the same key as for the other instruments, whether that's piano, guitar, and everything. And but yeah, it's a fun instrument. You don't want to be overplaying a lot. You don't want to be distracting. I will say too, one of the things that I've learned from playing bass for just whenever is that like in a worship mix context, that when it's like building really big and everything, you're mainly playing like up here or down here, technically, on the neck, on the low stuff. But then when it's like really drops down, it gets real quiet, and you're just playing single notes, obviously, whether it's the 1, 4, 5, whatever. And I noticed that it sounds a lot better when you're playing more higher on the neck. So you have like your normal like F here, the first frets, and then you go way down here to your F on the A string. So it kind of like adds a different tonal sound to it, and everything. And it sounds different. It feels better, and it sounds better too in that kind of context. So you learn what to play up and down the neck and everything. So, but yeah, that's kind of like my brief introduction of the bass and everything. Hope to hear from you or see you soon ish. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.